Hello there, good day. Today we are going to create a project and connect it to our database using C++. So this project or this tutorial is for C++ programmers who want to connect their project to a database so that they will store all the data they need to store right in their database. So stay tuned as we start our project. So first of all, the applications we are going to use for our database connection, we are going to need Xampp, we will need Codeblocks, and we will need Dev C++. I'm going to send the link to download all this under the description box below, and I'm going to add some three files, the mysql header files and the dll files, which we'll use in order to connect our database. So okay, right now what we are going to do is, when you install your code blocks, you open it. I want you to open your code blocks. So as our code blocks is opening, I've already installed it, so we have to wait for it to load. Okay, so now that our code blocks is running, I want you to go to settings, then compiler, then you click on the two chain executables and check the file location. Check the file location to know if your code blocks compiler is auto detecting the compiler of dev C++. So if you are not getting this, the connection to your dev C++ um, compiler, you click on the auto detect. So it will tell you auto detected installation part of GNU JCC compiler. So you press OK. So right now that our compiler is linked to the dev C++ compiler, let's go on then paste the header files into the desired location so we can connect um our project. So you close this, then I'll be linking these folders into in our description box. You open mysql header files. When you open this folder, you're going to see 7 header files. I want you to copy these files. You copy them, then you come to my PC. You go to local disk C, then program files x86. Then you look for dev cpp. Then you go to main jw64. Then the folder called x86 underscore 64. Yeah, you open this folder. Then under the include, you open the include folder. Then you paste it over here. Yeah, I've already pasted it here, so I won't be pasting it over here again. Then you go back and open the folder called libmysql.a. You're going to see this file. You copy this file. Then you come to this PC, local disk C, program files x86. You go to dev cpp, then main jw64. Then you paste it over here under the lib folder. You paste it over here. I have it here already. So once you've done these two steps, you close the file or the explorer. Then you open your code blocks. You come to settings, compiler. Then you go to the linker settings. Then you go to add. You click on add. You click on the browse folder. Then go to my PC or this PC, local disk C, program files x86, dev cpp, min gw64, then the lib folder. You click on the libmysql.a. As you see, you click it, then you click on open. So when you click on open, you're going to see the file directory over here. But since I have added mine over here, I'm not going to press OK. So you will press the OK to add it over here. Then you click on the search directories, which is over here. You click on add, the browse button, then local disk C. You look for program files x86, then open dev cpp, min jw64. You open x86, you open this folder, you click on the include folder, you press OK. You're going to see this file directory, then you press OK. So since I have mine, I'll have to close it. When you are done and you paste these file directories over here, you click on OK. So right now we are going to create a new project. So we create a new project. We select a console project. Then you press on go. Select C++. Then your project title. So I'll say tutorial. 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 So this is my file location where I'm saving my project. So if you don't have any folder or any location to save your project, you can click on the browse button and select any where you want to save your project. Then you click on next, finish. So after you are done creating your project, you double click on the sources, double click on the main CPP. So you are going to see this source code. What we will do is we are going to build and run this project, and we have our hello world. We are printing our hello world. So when you get to this step, I know we are almost you're through with it, and you close this. Then I think you need to run your Xampp control panel. So Xampp control panel, you open the Xampp control panel, and you click on start the and you click on start mysql. Wait for it to start running. So you have to see status change detected running, mysql status change detected running. So once they are running, you minimize this, open your web browser, and in the address bar you type in localhost. So when you type in localhost, you are going to see this page, and you click on php my admin. So we are going to see a page like this, and we are yet to, this is where we are going to create our database and our tables for our project. So you click on new, and this column is for our project, our database name. So we'll type in tutorials. Then we click on create without changing anything over here. So we click on create. So once our database have been created, we are going to see this page, and this is where we are going to create our first table. So this name is for the table name and the number of columns we are going to use. So I'll say login. I'll say register. Okay, let me say registration. Registration, and we'll be needing let's say 4 columns, okay, 5 columns. We'll use 5 columns. Then when you are done, you click on the go button over here. Click on the go to create a table. So when you click on the go, this is where you type in the column name, the name of the column, the data type of each of the column, the length or the value, and if you want an auto increment for any of the column, you click it over here. So you're going to do let's say ID, then we'll select int. The length is going to be, let's say 5. Then we are going to auto increment our ID. You auto increment our ID. We take, and let's say first name, last name, then username, password. So we are going to select variable characters for each of the columns with the accepting names. Names can be with the symbols, some, and so variable characters. Then the length at least 50. Normally I use 50. So if you think someone's name is more than 50, at least the length, you increase the length, but for now 50. So when you are done, you click on the save. So if you've gotten to this point, you're almost through. I'll say you're almost through. We are left with our coding. Then we'll be linking to our database. So when you are done creating your table, you're going to see an empty table with no data in it. You can insert data into your table directly from here using the insert, and you fill in the data over here. So let's say first name, I'll use Christian. Second name, then username Chris, then password 2020. When you're done, you click on the go. When you click on the go, you come to the browse to see your first data, which is the ID is 1, first name is Christian, the last name is Kofi, username is Chris, and the password is 2020. So we have our first data in our table under our tutorial database. So we are going back to our our code blocks to code and link our database to our our C++ project. So open your code blocks. We'll be needing these other files. So include So when we are done with the coding, I'm going to also add the source file in our drive, so that when you click on the link, you can get access to the project we are working on and the needed applications, Xampp, Codeblocks, Dev C++. Yeah, you're going to, and the folders we used in connecting our database. So these are the required header files we are going to use. Okay, so right now we are done with our header files. We are yet to do our code and connect our database, our project to our database. So my SQL star then you terminate. Always make sure that when you're coding you terminate, because if you don't terminate you're going to get errors. Okay, so row, then row, then you terminate. Terminate. So you declare your first variable called int qstate. So this code that we are coding, this is the linking to our local host. So the first parameter is the local. We type in the local host. You can also use the IP address of your local host, but normally I type in the local host, then you bring your comma, then your root, which is the username of your local host. This is for your password, but since we didn't create any password for our local host, we're going to leave it empty. No, don't leave any space in between. Just leave a closed quote. Then the last parameter is our database name. So we created a database called tutorial name 0, then null, and you terminate. So we are going to validate if our connection is successful. So if con, then you open your first braces, cout, so connection to database. So else cout connection failure. So right now let's run and test if our connection is successful. So you click on the build and run, and we had error here. Oh, I made my mistake. My SQL, I didn't move, so I corrected my SQL. So we had this code execute. This code cannot proceed because libmysql.dll was not found. So you need to close this and minimize your coding. You open the folder called libmysql.dll. When you open, you're going to find the DLL file over here, copy, and you go to the location where you saved your project. So my location is at D code. Then this is the project I'm working on now. I open the bin, the debug, and I paste it over here. So I'll go back to my code blocks, then build and run. So connection successful. Hello world. So if you go to this point, I'll say your connection to your database is successful. What we need to do now is write more code to insert data right from our console here to our database table. So let's continue. We have more work ahead. Okay. So under the first, so let's say string. We are going to declare some variables. String, say first name, last name, then username, password. Okay. So let's say cout, enter your first name, you see you accept, so first name, cout, enter last name, or you can say surname as well. So ENDL, that's the end line of scene, last name, cout, enter username, scene, username, cout, enter password. So password. So right now we are going to write the code to connect this into our database table. So string stream ss, so ss, then open your double quote, insert into, so we need to check the table we created to insert, which is registration. So the registration is the name of our table. So insert into registration, then we open our brackets, So we are accepting first name. So the first bracket are the column names in order. So when you open your database, we have first name, last name, username, and password. And the name of your column should be the same as you entered. You are going to enter in your quotes. Yeah. Since our ID is auto increment, we are not going to use that in our code block. So first name, last name, username, and password. And then a comma, last underscore name, username, then password. So we need to add the values. So values then you open single quotes, double quotes. So first name, that's the variable we declared. Single quotes, your comma, single quotes, double quotes, the string, last name, then username, then password, close, then you close it, then you terminate. So string query equal to ss dot str. I made a mistake. So const char C underscore OQ state go to mysql underscore query con kill, when you terminate. So we are validating if kill state equal to 0, kill state equal to 0, so kill state equal to 0, see out record inserted successfully. Okay, let's continue. So else see out error data not inserted. So we terminate this, then we're not going to need the hello world anymore. First of all, you check your curly braces. So we are closing it here. Okay, so right now let's run and see. Okay. Error expected before string constant. Oh. Where is this error coming from? Let's check if we've terminated everything. Why are we getting error over here? Okay, I've seen the mistake. So the mistake was here, we missed a string, the string stream. So now let's run and so database connection to database successful. Enter first name, say Amy. Oh, right. Right, then username, let's use Amy W, the password 2020. So record inserted successfully. Press any key to continue. So now let's go back to our local host. Initially we had only one data, so we'll refresh our table and You see, our second data is inserted directly from our code blocks codes. So right now, if you're up to this point, you are able to connect your project to your database application. So if you want to know how to print or display data right from database onto your console, if you want to, stay tuned for more. Thank you.